My name is Jesse Braxton. If you're seeing this, it means I have died, and this recording was found along with my body. I was a victim of a plane crash, and until my death, was stranded on an island left to fend for myself. Video log entry 1. I have no idea where I am. It seems to be an island, but I'm not sure. I was on a plane, about to do my first skydive. Soon after we took off, we started experiencing some turbulence. The pilot said it was mild, but I was already freaked out. In a few minutes I was about to jump out of an aeroplane. Sure, it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but it's still a scary thing to do. The plane started shaking a lot more, and I noticed even the jumping instructor started to look nervous. That just freaked me out because it's his job to jump out of planes. He shouldn't be scared. The plane settled after a while, and everything seemed to be going alright. But then, all of a sudden, this bright light surrounded the plane, almost drowning us in light. I could barely see my hand in front of my face. The bright light then faded purple and an eerie dark purple, and then just disappeared. I thought I was going crazy, but then the engines cut off, and the lights inside the plane turned off. There we were, just floating in the middle of the sky, waiting for our death. That's when it happened. The nose slowly tipped forward, so slow, it felt like being on top of a roller coaster, just waiting for the drop. Everything seemed to be going in slow motion. It seemed to take forever for the plane to start falling, but once it did, there was no stopping it. Faster and faster we fell to the ground. I have no idea how long or short it took. All concepts of time seem to be lost in situations like these. Even now, when I try hard to recall it, it's still too vivid and just makes me feel sick. The worst part wasn't even the fall, I guess. Shortly after the nose started tipping and we started accelerating toward the earth, I saw the jumping instructor, his name was Gary, and try to undo his seatbelt. At the time, I had no idea why he would even want to do that. But then, when he broke free and went for the door, I realized he was going to leave without me. He had the only parachute, and he was going to let me die in this plane. I then tried undoing my own seatbelt, but by that time he had gotten the door open and jumped, and it was too late. I was to die with the pilot. While all this was happening, the pilot was frantically pulling on the control wheel, trying to level out the plane. Luckily for us, well, luckily for me, I guess, he was able to do it with the engines turned off. But we were going way too fast by the time he had leveled out the plane as much as he could, and then we hit the water. That's the last I remember. I don't know what happened between then and the time I woke up. It's almost completely gone from my mind. I must have hit my head harder than I thought. When I woke up, I was still strapped into my seat, in one piece, luckily. Oh, apart from this arm, it might be broken. Hopefully not, though. The plane, though, was mostly wrecked and half submerged. When I woke up, the water was up to my chest, and I started panicking all over again. When I tried undoing my seatbelt, I realized my arm was the way it is, and that just increased my nerves. And I've never been a good swimmer, and trying to get out of the plane to the shore with one hand wasn't something I was looking forward to. Before I left the plane, I thought I should look around and hopefully find something to help me survive this nightmare. Luckily, I was able to find a first aid kit, which had a few water bottles and some energy bars. I was also able to find a reserve parachute, or at least I think it's a reserve parachute. I might be able to use that for something, I don't know, but I took it. Before I left, I noticed something. The pilot was still in his seat. The front of the plane was deeper submerged than the back. He would have drowned if the impact didn't kill him first. I just hope for his sake that he died quickly. I would hate to suffer an agonizing death just for some kid to go skydiving. The only shot I have to survive is if I find Gary. We need to be able to work together to get off this island. Hopefully he's got the same idea and maybe he's looking for me. Let's hope his jumping out of the plane and leaving me was worth it. That idiot. He was scared, I guess. What's done is done, I suppose. But before I look for him, I'm going to need to find water. I don't know how long the water that I have so far is going to last me. Anyway, I guess I should get some sleep. Tomorrow is going to be a hard, busy day. I think the way I'm going to do these recordings is at the end of every day. And I'll try to keep them short to preserve the battery life of the camera. So until tomorrow, if I'm not dead by then. Braxton out? Yes. Braxton out.